Gotta keep winning, gotta keep winning, gotta keep winning, winning, winning.
Hey guys, welcome to They Say I'm Driven Business Vlog.
What drives you?
Hey guys, so I just touched down in LA and I met up with Maurice, Mr. GL.
What's up? What's happening, people?
So let us know, what do you got going on? Tell us a little bit about what you're into, Maurice.
Okay. Ooh, let's be long with it a little bit. So I'm a brand manager at BeastMode Sportswear. That's Marshawn Lynch's brand. He's my brother, and we have this incredible athleisure line. And now we have our new brand, Family First US, that we just brought from Milan. Because we have Family First Milano. We have my new brand. It's an upscale cannabis experience brand called BakedxBoujee, BakedxBoujee.com. Go check that out. I consult for brands. I do a lot of work in the industry, and I do interviews for Hip Hop Weekly magazine currently. And I'll be also on some new platforms coming up soon. So got a lot of stuff happening.
Yes, check him out. Connect. Okay, so Maurice, how did you get started in the entertainment industry?
You know, it was a process. It was actually, it was kind of an accident.
Was it?
Yeah, I moved to LA 5 years ago, and I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Okay.
And the first year I got here, I decided to pick up a hobby, so I chose photography.
Okay.
So I taught myself how to be a photographer. I opened a studio.
Oh wow.
Photography turned into videography, which in turn turned into one of my brands, which is Good Look Media Group, where we do video and photography.
Wow.
And then just through making connections, through consulting for different clients and stuff, I met the owner of Hip Hop Weekly magazine, who asked me to come aboard and be a part of their organization.
Oh wow.
And so I've always been behind the scenes as far as event planning and consulting for brands and stuff like that. And a lot of them were entertainment brands, but never actually in the industry as a personality type person. And then, so that's kind of how I got my start. And it's only been a year, but it's been a fast year.
So time flew by. You're like 1 year, it feels like what? Like 3, 4?
Oh yeah.
Like you've been doing this.
Easy. But it's so exciting.
It's
exciting, you know. It's a you know, people say it's a drug, you know. It's interesting to be interesting to interesting people.
Right.
That sounded hella complex.
I was like, hold on, let me think. Look, but I caught it. So who was like the first person you got to interview that you were like the most nervous about?
I say Kat Tap from Black Ink Crew was the first person I interviewed. And I was ridiculously nervous to interview her. But she helped me through it. I did well. I realized my lips didn't look dry on camera, so I was good.
So you didn't have to keep going?
Right. And, you know, I was looking at my lips a lot. I thought I was LL for a second. But that was cool. My next interview was Solo Lucci, and honestly, he was so cool that he made it easy for me.
Right.
You know, he was
you didn't have to pull the questions out.
No, it was almost like we were just chopping it up and the camera was on.
Okay.
And so that got me to be more comfortable. Then I started studying the craft, and I started watching interviews, and I started really taking notes and digging into what it means to be a real, you know, great interviewer, and what it really means to sit with somebody and have a conversation.
Right.
You know, versus just ask a question you can't
Right. It's just like, oh, tell me this. All right. Next question. Tell me that. Okay.
Exactly.
So the next question we're going to go to, if you're just tuning in, and this is They Say I'm Driven Business Vlog, and I'm here with Maurice, Mr. GL, here in LA. So we all want to know, what do you do on the days when it's hard to stay motivated? Like, how do you stay in the zone?
That's a great question, because I have a lot of those days.
Right.
The way that I work, I structure my own days. Every day is a concept of my own creation.
Okay.
So sometimes it's hard to get motivated.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to tell myself it's okay not to do nothing today. I have to tell myself that's okay.
Right.
On other days, I just try and draw inspirations. I go, whether it's go watch interviews or go research brands that are similar to stuff that I'm trying to do to see, you know, what are they doing? How can I make it better? How can I improve on something? Sometimes I have a lot of friends who have their own brands. And sometimes to motivate myself, I call them and say, what you got going? All right, let me come help you with yours today. You know, just so that I can be active and, you know, and kind of get them juices flowing. So that always works for me. I think the latter is one of the things that's really important to me. Like, I have to work with them so that I can, you know.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. You always gotta have something that's pushing you on the days when it's hard to wake up, and be kind to yourself. If you need to take a day because you need to get the creative juices back flowing, that's okay. It's perfectly fine. All right. So what's one tip or one piece of advice you can give up and coming entrepreneurs that are looking to enter into the field of entertainment industry?
I don't know if this is entertainment industry specific, but any industry that you're looking to join, I think that the number one thing, every market is so saturated.
Right.
And so you have to find the thing that you are really good at, and find the industry that you want to be in, and find how you fit there.
Right. How you can be that piece
How
of the
you
puzzle.
can be the piece of the puzzle, because it's so many people doing the same thing, you know, and there's room for everybody, yes, but it's going to make the mountain so much harder to climb.
Right.
You know, but if you can find a piece that's missing, if you can find a place to fit that nobody else is necessarily occupying, or not a lot of people,
Right.
then you're on your way. You know,
Okay.
in entertainment, they're always looking for the next best thing, or the newest thing, or the
Right.
trendiest thing, or the hottest thing. So if you can come up with something different from what everybody else is doing, but it's still marketable and it's still
Right.
desirable, then as far as entertainment comes, that's how you break in.
Okay. And you heard what he said. So basically, niche marketing is super important. If you can find your niche in that piece of the puzzle, then you can ultimately soar in the industry that you're trying to get into. So just make sure you find your piece where you fit, and then when you find where you fit, run with it, take off. So one thing on the They Say I'm Driven business vlog that I feel is so important is networking. Maurice just touched on in his interview that it's not always what you know, but who you know. So networking is something that you should always be doing. You should always strive to build your relationship equity, okay? It's so important in business, any industry that you want to enter into. And just coming here and filming an interview with Chef Matt, I was able to network and meet Maurice. So literally, you never know who you're going to meet. And you never know, who you can meet and who you can network with and how you can build and work and connect. Because it's the year of the collab, okay?
Yes, well, relationship equity.
Remember that. How can people connect with you, Maurice, on social media? How can they follow your businesses and your brands?
You know what? This is a lot of places that you can find me. You can find me at my Instagram page, my personal Mr_GL. You can find me at BakedxBoujee. So it's BakedxBoujee, in case you're trying to figure it out. The X is an and. And then also our other brand, BeastMode. Everybody knows Marshawn Lynch, my brother. So BeastMode store, go buy some stuff because we sell good dope stuff. If you buy Nike, you can buy us. We black.
Support black businesses.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Mr. GL on YouTube too. Go watch my interviews.
Yes, follow and subscribe to his channel as well. We'll have all the info below. Make sure you connect with him. Thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, like, subscribe, comment below if you enjoyed this interview and connect with us. You can follow me at @TheySay_I'm Driven on Instagram. And you can connect with Mr. GL on Instagram, YouTube, his website, and check out his dope brand, okay? It's been a wrap. Thank you guys for tuning in with me.